Whoa. This place is completely destroyed. That was a dragon, right? Had to be. For all I know, Dengear might be happy to see this place wiped out, given how he feels about Imperials. At least some point, there was a large Imperial contingent here. Their banners are still hanging on the fortress walls. Okay, we're going to bypass this whole mess, just in case. We don't really know what happened there. The mystery of a dragon flying overhead is a little bit disconcerting. And there could be remnants of either force or a group of bandits in there. So we're going to navigate around Helgen and join the road on the other side. All right, we're almost there. Let's do this.
Be careful.
Tell ya, Etienne won't miss that. All right. Stay close. Don't do anything or say anything stupid. Okay, there's quite a bit of wildlife in the area, so it makes me feel confident at least that the immediate area is free of major predators. Having the deer run ahead of us is a good thing as well. Okay, let's cut this corner here and see if we can get a better look at the road ahead, so we don't walk into anything crazy.
Be careful.
All right. Hey, there's an ambush up ahead. I don't know if it's for you or not, but just to be safe, let's assume it's for you. Oh, nuts. Oh, a bear, too. Where's that?
Be careful.
All right, let's see what we can do here. All right. This is actually a almost level shot.
Be careful.
Wow, it wasn't enough. Look out, look out, look out. He's going to try and flank us. Hey, bear. Trying to keep it off him. Whoa. Hey, there's our contingency kicking in too. Now, if that bear had been alive, we would have had 10 seconds here to make a weapon change and do something about it. Man. I think the interesting thing about this entire episode with Dengear is just... It gives a pretty clear picture, I think, of how absolutely reliant Ettient is on surprise. I mean, we dealt with the bear. We did our best. Look at the bear took this person out, too.
Be careful.
We did the best we could. And we ended up coming out on top, but by a hair's breadth, and it's all because we're so used to getting the jump on our opponents, and with him along and things going this way, getting a jump on our opponents is next to impossible. Okay, we're gonna fire through the trees. Hopefully the arrow will make it there.
Be careful.
And it did.
Be careful.
All right, we're almost there. They want you dead pretty bad, don't they? Dead or captured? I can't figure out which. You dummy. You okay? Here, let me move that rock. Here. Pull your leg out of there. There you go. Come on. You'll come limping into Falkreath. That's what you're going to have to do. Oh my god, really? Alright. Hey, you know... in your own time, do what you gotta do.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Not ogling you.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply
Get
attack
over
me.
yourself, man. Okay. All right. I think we did it. Well, it's possible that all this guy's ravings about intrigues going on at in Falkreath, maybe there's some truth to it. All right, our obligation to Dengear is done, and it couldn't have ended sooner. Boy, what a rough job that was. But Etienne accomplished something actually kind of amazing. He took care of a citizen, rescued a person of obvious importance here in Falkreath, and brought them back alive, which only helps to enhance the reputation of the Hound as a man who gets things done and keeps his word. So that is pretty cool. So we're going to go collect our reward. Oh, just in time. And then we'll probably go ahead and spend the night here. Maybe camp outside town somewhere. And use this opportunity to lighten our load as far as gear goes. Do a little bit more crafting. And prepare for the next... Hey. Nice knowing you. Not nice knowing you, actually. Man, I wonder what this job was worth. Bounty jobs are much easier in Etienne's mind, but demonstrating that he can complete a task like this, I think, is pretty cool, especially given the fact that he's not familiar with the territory. And here we are, after everything, back in Falkreath, of all places. Hey.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Sidgear and Jarl Dengear before.
Right.
him.
Yeah.
Sidgear can sometimes act too quickly, but he does listen to Helvard and I.
Hey, I brought Dengear back from Lost Knife Hideout.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
700. Yeesh. I don't know if it was worth it.
May wisdom forever light your path.
Well, there's somebody here in Falkreath who's not going to be very happy about Dengear coming back in one piece.
For Falkreath and I, this is just one more war in a long line.
All right. Well, it is time, my friends, to lighten the load a bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, loyalty's better. Yeah.
I'm loyal to Dengear first and the Empire second.
Dengear, huh? All right.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. I always get excited when I know I'm getting rid of stuff. But am I getting rid of stuff, honestly? Don't really have anything weighing us down in the weapon category. These Crimson Archer boots, they're pretty decent. We get some money for those. Got these gauntlets, greaves, and hood. Got a couple corundum ingots, but we'll hang on to those because we need corundum actually to upgrade our heavy weather armor. Okay, that's really all he's willing to take. Frost suppression. Restoration. Destruction. Oh, man.
See me at my forge if you need arms.
Yeah. I'm thinking we'll have better luck at the general store, the trading store.
Got got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
Hey.
Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak.
What do you got for sale?
Take a look.
What does he have? Circlet of Alchemy. We're covered on the alchemy front. Nope. Not really anything we can use. But we've got some stuff he would buy, I'm guessing. Like that. And that. Gold and diamond ring. I'm going to make sure I sell off anything that's heavier first, if I can help it. Okay, this fur travel cloak we don't need anymore because we've got a replacement. I think the hide one I'm going to get rid of as well. Okay. How about something like that? Actually, what I should be looking at are potions. Extra magicka can go. Illusion and magicka. Minor magicka. Resist cold, 20%. Resist frost. Resist cold can go. We got a lot of things here that are kind of repeats, you know? And it would be, I think, pretty easy to start lightening the load here. Aversion to magic, shock, frenzy. I'm never going to use those. Magicka poison, stamina poison. Possibly we would use those. Filter the warrior. One-handed weapons. Sure. Draught of the healer. Restoration. No. This is shock. Increase health. Enhance the stamina. That's fine. So, let's see. We could use a cooking pot. That's fine. We could. No, we don't need a grand soul gem, really. Taking a quick look to see if he's got anything that would help us on the enchanting front, but he doesn't. Okay, I guess that's probably about it. Just not much else.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Yes, idle threats. Okay. May as well cut some wood. Make some arrows while we're here. So at some point, the plan is that we're going to review, I think, some relevant bits from some of the books that Ettient has been collecting. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that yet, and to what level of detail. Most of the books that he's collected to this point are books that have things in them that I'm familiar with that I think he'd be particularly interested in, given sort of the direction we see him going. So it's possible I may take those one at a time and pull out some of the relevant bits, the things that would be most meaningful to him, rather than reading entire books as part of this. But that gives us some discussion point, right, where we can talk about what he's pulling out of these books that's meaningful and why. Wow, look. We can make a fancy one. So... elk hide, 2 bear claws, leather strips. Wow, let's make a fancy one. That's cool. That's it, right? Is that it for that? Sure. Okay, nothing that we need there. Auxiliary armors, nothing there, nothing there. Okay. 71 leather. I think it's time to do some crafting. So, gonna make some strips. And we're gonna keep working on the smithing levels. Since the beginning of his trek into Skyrim, Ettient has been, you know, very, I think, diligent about maintaining his gear, so I sort of like the idea that practicing this stuff is important to him. Okay, we got nothing under that category. Okay, let's go ahead and make our arrows. So we've got enough here for 3 bundles of additional arrows. So we're set there. And we can do some bracers. Let's do a few of those, but we're going to save some leather just in case we're able to further upgrade. I'd like to see if I can get us a little bit closer to 80. Okay, we'll stop at 10 there. Iron. We still got quite a few strips. Okay.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. The finest weapons and armor.
All right. Got some bracers. Buy them. Okay. You know,
The finest weapons and armor.
let's just quickly look and see what he has for materials. Okay, he's got steel. He's got quicksilver. Those are all things that we would need to upgrade what we've got now.
See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
So here's a grindstone we could potentially upgrade. Upgrade this grindstone for 2,500 gold, yes. Okay. If you choose to upgrade this grindstone, you will no longer be able to upgrade any workbenches. Continue, yes. All right. So that's giving us a 20% bonus. Well, the grindstone itself is giving us a bonus, and then we have an additional 20% bonus for improving any archery-related stuff, right? So we could improve our Forsworn bow again. We could improve this Nordic bow if we get a quicksilver ingot. Iron ingot, steel ingot, and steel for the stone wasp. Okay, so we've got 6 steel ingots. 2 for the stone wasp. 1 for the Forsworn bow. And then if we wanted to just upgrade the woodcutter's axe for the experience of it, we could do that. Okay, here we've got corundum, iron, leather, quicksilver, steel again. Okay. So we need a few more steel. Where'd he go? Hey, I want to talk to you.
Only a hearty soul travels the road these days. Take a look.
Now, by making this into our special grindstone, we forfeit 2,500 gold. It is possible now for me to remove that from this and set it up on a different grindstone of my choosing, but every time we do that, it costs us 2,500 gold to do it. At this point, we had 5,000 gold plus in the kitty, so I figured it was worth it, because we don't really know exactly when we're going to be near a useful crafting station again. All right, so just to play it safe, I'm going to get 6 more of those guys. And we've got 10 leather, which I think is enough to do what we want to do.
Good steel's worth every...
So then the question is, we look at potions, fortify smithing. 30% bonus is the best that we can do. But I think that the last thing we want to do here before we commit is just go and we'll check at the apothecary, see if there's a chance that perhaps she would have a better smithing potion than what we can make ourselves. If that's the case, then bonus.
Got something for just about everyone in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
What do you got?
Someone new? Perhaps some...
Tell
Take
us
a look.
what you have, madam. Well, I think we're out of luck. Anything having to do with enchanting would have been a real find as well, but she doesn't have anything for enchanting or smithing. So what we have is what we have. And if we take a look at our own inventory, we do have a potion of fortify smithing. We got 4 of those, but we don't have fortify enchanting.
My lead then.
I think I'm going to make one. We'll make one. Or 2. Okay. So let's do that. I think it's a good investment now. So, necklace, gauntlets, circlet, alchemy. Okay, fortify enchanting. Again, it's not a huge bonus, but it's something. It's better than nothing. Let's make 3 of those. Fortify smithing. We'll just double check and make sure we're still at 30%. Yeah, we are. So a couple more of those for good measure. Okay, restore health, restore stamina. I feel like we're probably all good right now. On that stuff. Man, I'm kind of disappointed she didn't have anything better. That's okay. I feel like we're doing pretty good despite that. I just sort of like playing the whole thing out as we encounter stuff, we use it. Okay. Necklace of Rejuvenation is our standard. All right. So my goal is to just have enough materials and potions so that we could literally upgrade every piece of armor and weaponry in our inventory for the experience. And then we'll see what materials we have left over when all of that's done. And if we've got enough stuff left over, we can kind of burn through that, practicing some other things. Okay, so the only thing we have for apparel is this Silver Blood family ring. It's just astonishing to me that we haven't found anything better than that yet, but we haven't. We haven't found anything additional. The Forge Master's fingers were the last time that we had an additional piece of smithing gear. That's been a long time, so... Okay. Now, conceivably, technically, what I could do is I could disenchant the Silver Blood family ring, and I could make 4 pieces of smithing gear and probably get better bonuses. But given everything that Etienne went through to get that ring in the first place, it doesn't make any sense to me from a role-playing perspective. Having a Silver Blood family ring on, you know, that you can show people seems like a great sort of ace in the hole if we ever get in trouble again or need to leverage some help or something like that in Markarth. So from a role-play perspective, it doesn't make any sense. If I had another piece of smithing gear, then maybe I would consider disenchanting that, but I just don't. So we use what we've got. 30%. See what we can do. Anything? Yeah, we can do this. Okay. Nothing else there at the moment. I have a feeling that when we hit that 80 mark, we're going to be able to do more. Look at that jump. From 54 to 70. Nordic bow 30 to 48. Okay, let's jump off of there for a second. I'm just gonna take one more of these bad boys to be sure we're squeaking out all the points we can squeak out. 50 on the daggers, that's amazing. Guess I don't have any iron. Okay, so if we take a look at where we're at now on the smithing front. Okay, we're at 79. We are pretty damn close to that 80 mark. With so many leather strips, maybe what I'll do is see what the man has for iron and just buy up his iron ingots. He's got 10 of those. Feel like that's money well spent. Silver ingots, yeah, well, I guess we could buy silver and gold ingots and we could make jewelry out of it that we can resell. We would recoup some of our money, and there's generally good experience in doing that as well. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. All right.
See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Right. So let's use the iron. We'll burn up some of these leather strips as well. Okay. Leather strips and leather. Go to the leather category. We can do more bracers. There's always that kind of stuff going on. You get this high a level, though, boy, making something like bracers and daggers doesn't help you much. The bigger ticket items you can make, the faster you'll advance, but it's okay. Let's do the bracers. Definitely like the idea of lightening up our load a bit.
Only a hearty soul travels the road, D. Take a look.
Okay, sir. Got some weapons for you. How about these beautiful daggers? A set of 10. One for each place setting in your family. Okay, we've got this Nordic bow of epic quality. We're going to sell that. Okay, we're going to get rid of these stone arrows at a loss because I just don't want to look at them anymore. Nordic arrows, orcish arrows, glass arrows, forsworn arrows. We can cut back on those. They're not costing us anything in terms of weight, but holy cow, we got a lot of them. So let's just do that. We just have this mishmash of arrows. It's helpful that they don't weigh anything, but still. Okay. Sell the bracers. Okay. Okay, the corundum. We can sell one of those ingots. We only need one. We've only got one set of armor to upgrade. Iron ore we don't need. We're not going to do any smelting. They can do that. Linen wraps and this other crap. We can pretty much keep this stuff, I guess.
Good steel's worth every
Yep.
septim.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, I think we're pretty good shape here. So we've cut down our weapon loadout significantly. On the apparel front, we've got a couple of things that we can sell now. We've got the fancy bearskin cloak. We're going to wear that. So we've got the old cloak that we could sell at the general store, plus this gold and diamond ring. We can get rid of that. Maybe. Unless it's stolen. I can't remember. So it's just a question of whether or not he's got any more money to spend.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
Okay.
Well met. Unlike my brother. Take a look.
Okay. So, first of all, golden diamond ring. Oh yeah, that we enchanted that one, so he can't afford that. But this simple bearskin cloak, you can sell that. And that is about it. Sell that because we never look at it, we never touch it or use it. Okay, an unfilled common soul gem, we can get rid of that. Firewood, we can get rid of that. Because we can always gather more. I mean, we have a fair number of things here that we could sell to him if he had anything that we wanted to buy, but he just doesn't. He's got literally nothing that we need. Man, I'd choke if he had smithing and enchanting potions. Thank God he doesn't. Otherwise, I would have had to have choked, and I just don't feel like choking today. Okay. That's it. That's it. We're done. We've done all we can.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
I don't doubt that. Okay. Time check. 7:30.
You wear the armor of a mercenary. Now that's the life.
Yeah, right. Hey, you wouldn't have wanted my last job. It sucked. Okay, let's find a place to pitch camp. We'll just stay here for the night. Etienne has probably spent more nights in inns recently than he would normally like. He's a man of the outdoors, so despite the fact that the weather is horrible and all of that stuff, I really think he would probably try to get outside of town and find a spot where he can have some peace and quiet. So we're going to do that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to bring this episode of The Passage to an end. I want to thank you all for keeping up with the story and contributing so many helpful and kind comments. I really do appreciate all the support, and I will see you next time.